Alright, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here with another Let's Play episode for Final Fantasy XIV. We just finished doing the Stone Vigil, so let's go ahead and kick things off with speaking to Sid here and continue our quest into the Eye of the Storm. It calms me to look at her. It is as though I have been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. Thanks for speaking for me there, Alpha No. Not like I ever speak for myself anyway. I bear good news. The Seed Seers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I'm no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements, but of course, that's it. We work upon the elements itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Yeah, does it ever? That's very simple. Though it mayhap not to you, wee guy, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected aether compromising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertient, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquess met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marquess was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Wee guy, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Oh, I'm sure you're going to do lots of work there, Alpha No. I'm sure you're going to be the center keystone to the repairing project of that. Okay. I got a whole bunch of random quests here, don't I? All of these, like, class quests for the different classes. One swallow does not a victory make. What is this? Oh, we're going into the Eye of the Storm. Gonna go to Drybone. There you are. Lambertian. Why yes, I am Professor Lambertian. Beg pardon. You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly. Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Here we go. I'm sure this guy's gonna let us know all about it. All due precautions. So it's rare to find fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say that you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Ye gods, man! At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer from exposure to its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. If you bring me a suitable vessel, say a common clay pot, I shall coat it with an alchemical sealment of mine own design. Simply store the crystal you seek within this pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Where might you find a clay pot? Well, I'm hardly a merchant, but surely some fellow at the Golden Bazaar has some for sale. Well, this dude does have logic, that's for sure. The Golden Bazaar, I gotta go all the way up there, though. Off we go. To buy a clay pot. It might be showing up in the video, although I think you'd have to look like pretty going the wrong way. You'd have to look pretty damn hard to see it, I think, but I notice it because I play this game almost every day now, and I can just feel it. But the game just feels a little bit framey. It does not feel like it's running at 60 frames per second, more like 50. So hopefully it doesn't show up too much in the video for you guys, but if it does, I apologize. I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. Here we are, at the bazaar. You get a pot, and you get a pot. Everyone gets a pot. That is so funny. Ahem, sorry, I get a bit carried away when disposing of old merchandise. Any road, take my pot, please. Okay, we didn't even have to pay for it. You get one, and you get one. Oh man, this game and its references. It's pretty genius, I must say. Someone somewhere laughed incredibly hard at that, and someone on the development team was just giddy at throwing that in there. You can already tell. Fascinating. Even accounting for the unusually strong ethereal currents in this region, the crystalline formations are... Oh, you've returned. Any luck finding a pot like I suggested? Yeah, here's one. Well, this is indeed an unremarkable piece of rubbish, but for our purposes, it shall suffice. This guy's kind of funny. Sealed with science. With a liberal application of my alchemical sealant, this sorry excuse for earthenware will be reborn as a corrupted crystal containment device. Now, observe as this scholar skillfully... Oh, almost dropped that. Skillfully quotes the interior of this pot. Just so. There, it's finished. You no longer need to fear the crystal's transformative energies. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, I would now have you take that warded pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. Okay. Our bridge is over here. The writing in this game is really well done, especially considering, you know, most people are actually just going to skip through everything. And they must have known that, but they still put in the time. So we're off to harvest a crystal that is corrupted in some way so that we can change the element of Gerudo's wind to something that is not wind so that we can travel through it in peace. At least that's my understanding of what we're doing. I think it's down here, yeah. Hello, Hahasako. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. Take this pot. What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertian, you thieving knave. I shall call for the... Oh, made especially for you by the man himself. Then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Well, earn it with the utmost care. Oh, frabjous day, Kalu, Calais! That I should be chosen to guide this man. Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest of Professor Lambertian's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that not but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. Okay, so we're going all the way over there. Alright. Well, I'm sure we will surely survive, as he said. Gonna want to jump on Moracle the Chocobo, though. Not necessarily that way, actually. Pretty awesome looking area here. There's a whole bunch of crystal crap all over the place. Oh, there are actually things called mirror knights here. There it is. Well, we'll kill one Mirror Knight. Alright, we'll kill 2 Mirror Knights. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys don't see that anyway. Okay. Well, that's good. I was messing around with the advanced combat tracker to try to see if I can get like a DPS counter. And I forgot that it right here, it's showing me a like a health bar for the enemies, but it's not showing up in the recording. This quarrying maul, this is a highly advanced. Alright, we fractured the crystal. And now we gotta put it in the pot. Well, that wasn't so bad. Now we gotta run all the way back. Yeah, it's probably faster to run. Plus, it's an interesting looking area. If I have to say one thing about Final Fantasy, I may have said it in the past, I don't actually know. But a lot of the areas, like, the world is beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, Eorzea is a beautiful place, and I really, really love the world. But a lot of the places look fairly similar, right? Like, you got the Forest of the Shroud. You got Thanalan, which is, yeah, it's kind of deserty, but to be completely honest, it's, you know, it doesn't necessarily look that much like a desert. Although I guess, you know, I was going to say a habitatized desert, that's not the right word, but, you know, a desert that has been made, what's the word? I don't know. A desert where people can live. You know, it's been lived in. So, of course, it doesn't look like the standard desert you might expect a desert to look like, but either way. And then you got Limsa, or La Nacia, which is a little bit more open, not quite so desert-like, and it's got, you know, lakes and rivers and stuff, so it looks nice. But there's not a huge difference between the 3 zones, right? And even when you get into Heavensward, I mean, we got Korthus, which is a snow area, which is great, because it breaks up the monotony. And then in there, that was pretty dope as well. But see, I would have guessed that we were in La Nacia right now, but we're actually in Thanalan, which is supposed to be like the desert area. Yeah, it's something to do with this area, actually, that is not helping the frame rates one bit. I'm going the wrong way. When I look at certain parts, I can feel the frame rate dropping a little bit. It's not too much. I'm sure you guys aren't going to notice it unless I keep talking about it, so... maybe I should stop talking about it. Well, we got our pot. I see you've come galloping back. Have you the crystal then? I do. It's right here. What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertian will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with your harvesting. I will. Let's run back. It's a nice day out. It's daytime for once in this game. I got the timer up here on Eorzea time, so you can see what time it is in the actual world, as opposed to in my actual world where, hey, we're catching up actually. It's like literally the same time almost. Incredible. Yeah, it's pretty nice out today in real life too. Although it's much more cold out there. Snow all over the place. Yeah, see, every time I notice like a little bit of a drop in frame, I check OBS and the CPU usage Definitely seems to be a little bit higher right now. So I wonder if I got something going on in the background I don't know about. I shall take a look later. My keen scholar's senses tell me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal. Am I right? You are right. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired. A corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected aether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of a wind-aspected aether? Oh dear. That may prove problematic, as the crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. Yeah, we have a wind one. We need a different kind. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hahasako. But what is science if not trial and error? And you can truly say that this failure has taught you nothing. Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. And what's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldithian. You've heard of them? Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold to claim that level of expertise. Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Yeah. We need a proper one, though. A promising prospect. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Sienna, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lanasia. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lanasia was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an Imperial castrum. Haha, now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was western Lanasia, Pharaoh Sirius, on the Isles of Umbra to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalamud's talons or some such nonsense, but what I can say for certain is that she is still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Sienna's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you unprepared for the task. Alright, well, we'll go to Aleport then. So we just did that absolutely for nothing. Although we did get some experience, I guess, but who really cares about that, right? Ugh. Alright. Are you up here? Yeah. Corrupted crystals? Sir, I've no interest in being the butt of your jokes, so if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. I'm not trying to butt your joke. Look, I have a warded pot. Well, I'll be damned. Professor Lambertian did send you. Beg your pardon, it seems we got off on the wrong foot. No, you got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sienna, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Yawn. Oh gods, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. Just show me where to get the crystal. It's probably not pirates. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharaoh Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I've yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present, for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great deal to the subjects of my questioning. So she basically just annoys the hell out of everybody, and they just don't let her go. Mayhap you'll have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Okay. I don't understand. I tell all of them all the information they don't want to hear. Ah, you startled me. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this? What, with all this fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. ghosts and haunting and stuff? Really? Ferkman. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody elves, lad. Are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. Do you know who the fuck I am, Ferkman? Do you know what I've done? No. You don't. What quest is this guy giving? Did I not do... I didn't get those minions? That's a mistake on my part. There's a whole bunch of stuff we guy has to do. Like, none of that stuff is relevant to the actual story, so that's okay. It doesn't matter to you guys. Am I in the wrong spot, or is he up here? It doesn't matter to you guys if I have, like, the kitten minion or whatever. I am not in the right spot. Where are you then? Are you just down here? Ah, I didn't even know you can go down there. That's a cool mount. My wife Jane has that mount, and I don't even have it. I don't even know how she got it. She spent like 2 weeks, maybe even longer actually, just grinding out mounts. Well, let me guess. This guy's gonna have the answer. I didn't even know there's a prison down here. The Isles of Umbra. What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the islands have become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged down to the depths with them. Okay, so... Oh. So nobody wants to go there. Because it's a graveyard. Ah, we got you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. She's terrified. Representing the representative. Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isles of Umbra is restricted, well... mayhap it's considered too dangerous owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius? Yes, well, anyway, while you were questioning those yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. It was there that I heard of a man named Skyfrin, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first time I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead. He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. Is he over there again then? Sure, just keep finding reasons to have me run from one area to the next. You know what? We're chocoboing it. You weren't there before. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Ugh, tell Mimidoa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or you could release me. Yes, yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her. Well, he doesn't seem to have his wits about him. What did Skyfrin have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less about how much he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a man named Mimidoa? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him and his wandering hands. Well, that's not very nice. Wait, this dude, the little Lalafell? What is he... Wait, what's happening here? No, they're initiate, aren't you? No? Then what are you? Speak up, son. I can't hear you. Golden feather. Eh, bugger me. Is this what I think it is? Nah, couldn't be. You found this, you say. Where'd you say you found it? Skyfriend, you say. Was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like there's not left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharaoh Sirius, he was. Company sent me to supervise a lot of them. Weren't getting work done on their own, see? Half of them walked off, half of them ran off, and half of them up and vanished. What's that? You be looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of old Mimidoa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested until you came a-calling. Whole port's up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let 'em sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper, and he'll see you there and back. Alright, well, we gotta go back up to Sienna. I guess just to let her know we're going. So you went and had a word with Mimidoa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounting to something. How about this? You mean that disgusting creature was Skyfriend's superior? I find that hard to believe, but this writ of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say, it's a relief to work with such an industrious man as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on the Isles of Umbra, without me. Of course. The reluctant researcher. Fine, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. So we'll go and talk to the skipper. He'll take us. Ha! Take me to the Isles of Umbra, he bids, as if it's as simple as, oh, I see you've got a writ of passage. All right then, climb aboard. It's charming, man. The writing? I really like it. It's way more high quality than I think you'd expect. And I guess as the story becomes more and more meaningful. What did I do? Oh shit! I hit enter by mistake. This doesn't seem all that bad. I'm not saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but oh, the hell's with this. Here, take your pot and go on without me. You've harvested a corrupted crystal before, right? So it isn't as though you require my assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate. I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you would please excuse me. Where'd you go? Sienna? Sienna, where'd you go? Alright, David. Beg your pardon, sir, but how did you come here? Access to this island is currently restricted. I brought this pot. An old pot. I'm not sure I follow. Oh, I see. You wish to harvest a corrupted crystal. Sorry, friend, but you may have to return empty-handed. You can't tell me what to do? David? Sweet somethings. The writ Master Mimidoa gave you may grant you access to the island, but only authorized personnel may proceed past this point. Why, you ask? Look up and see for yourself. When that giant mass of crystal struck the lighthouse, it caused severe damage to both the structure and the machinery within that once powered the beacon. Aye, contrary to what small folk would have you believe, the fires of Pharaoh Sirius were not the product of a mage's thaumaturgy or a colossal arcane bomb, but an elaborate contraption fueled by ethereal energy. Repairs are still ongoing, but it's anyone's guess when they'll be complete. What's worse, all work has ceased since rumors of the Walking Dead drove off our entire crew. Not that those rumors are incorrect. I've observed the fiends from a distance at the ship graveyard to the south. What's drawn them to our shores is still a mystery, though. I'll make you a deal, wee guy. Help me unravel this mystery, and I'll bring you your corrupted crystal. In fact, I shall begin searching for one that satisfies your requirements. As for where to begin your inquiries into the situation, it so happens that a party of 3 adventurers came ashore not long ago, seeking to scavenge valuable trinkets at the ship graveyard. I'd be surprised if they knew nothing of the undead infestation, so it might behoove you to question them. Okay. Let's go behoove ourselves. We're gonna skip the side quests, as usual. Although, I may need to do some leveling off camera at some point. Well, here are the adventurers. I'll do well. The tank. It's all there for the taking. 5 bleeding years worth of wrecks and cargo. But those queer dead things and that voice. Actually, the voice was quite nice. You saw them too, right? Dead people, just shambling about without a care in the world, except when they do seem to care, that is, and start shuffling towards the water. God's that voice, that single fleeting verse. I can still hear it. Stay clear of the southern shore, friend. It took every ounce of my strength to resist. So, I take it we're gonna go straight there. Is this person getting hurt? Run! David. This talk of an alluring voice is disturbingly familiar, as if... But that's impossible. They're all dead, aren't they? I don't know, are they? History repeating. He's sweating profusely. But if they have returned, that would mean... Oh, beg your pardon. I was just, thinking about something. Which reminds me, I received word that Master Mimidoa would be arriving any moment. Apparently he grew tired of waiting for the lanky young lad with the 1,000-yalm stare to return, which I'm assuming is you. I'm not lanky. I'm stout. Short and stout. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had, but you should probably go and explain yourself. Fuck off, David. You don't even know what's going on here, do you? Did you call me lanky? What's keeping you, initiate? Ain't getting any younger, you know. Some honey-voiced harlot's been calling out to folk what wander near the ship graveyard, and it stirred up the dead and all. Bloody hells. This takes me back to the days as a cannon boy sailing under old Mistbeard. But they wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. Bah, they bloody would. Though they wouldn't, they... bah, they bloody would, though, wouldn't they? Brazen old biddies. Sigh. Some folks said as the first purge would be the last. But I knew deep down in me bones as this day would come. And come it has, I bet me bum ear a siren's behind all this. May not one of the sanguine variety initiate, I speak of the other kind. Them what got feathers and lures sailors to a watery grave with their sweet, sweet song. Oh, but it don't end there. No, drowning's just a start, see? Even in death, a man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding till his corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish upon me worst enemy, except maybe in drink, and I'd regret it after. Any road, 'tis up to us to stop this hell's-born hussy afore she takes another soul. Of course, we can't send you marching off to war without these. The siren don't have no power over a man as can't hear her song. 'Tis lucky for you, I carry a spare pair, and lucky for the both of us, I'm superstitious old sod, eh? Well, she ain't coming to us, so we'd best head over to her. To the ship graveyard, initiate. Well, this dude's at least brave. What, are we gonna wear some, like, earmuffs or something? See, like, I remember coming here the first time, and I just flew through everything. I didn't even really care what I was doing. But when you actually read the quest and you feel like you have a reason to be here, it's just a little bit more immersive and more fun. But it takes longer, so, you know, that's obvious. Alright, Mimidoa. I'm ready. If she passes near the shore, she's sure to spy the campfire and come looking. Just a matter of waiting now. Oh, we're going into an instance. I'm beginning to wonder if some sly bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. Oh, he's falling asleep. Uh-oh. Quiet, did you hear that? 'Tis her. Look out, over the water. She's come. Initiate, she's come. Well then. Quick, lad. Shove them plugs in your ears and get ready for a fight. Soon as she realizes you're deaf to her ditties, she'll call on her thralls and we'll be up to our neck in corpses before you know it. He runs off. It's always up to me. Hither embrace, mine everything all. I'm immune to your ditty, Siren. You hussy. What are you gonna do now? Cha! Now what? 3 more, eh? Oh, one of them is a mage. They die pretty quick. Where are my potions at, though? High potions. Put them right there. These things die so fast. Boom! Get wrecked, noob. Forever alone. There's a bubble. I imagine I don't want to touch the bubble, but something is drawing me to it. No. I'm almost positive we do not want to touch the bubble. Part of me kind of wants to know what happens when you hit one, though, but I'm sure they're not. It's not good. I'm worried that if I hit like one of them... Oh, okay, well there we go. I got a little close and the bubble burst. Alright, let's pop a potion here. We got the Charmed Captain. Oh, we have another couple dudes behind us here. Alright, we'll take care of the little dudes. Oh shit, I'm taking like mad damage here. Oh no, the bubbles are fucking me up here. Come on. Ah! Quest battles. Well, when was the last time that happened to me? Alright, we're gonna have to try again. Shit. Alright, let's get going. Alright, first wave done. I'm gonna get hit by that. We'll just play it safe instead of getting cocky like I got last time. Dost thou not to relent, regret, forever alone? Shit, those bubbles. So we need to make sure we stay away from those bubbles. They do an amazing amount of damage. I'm gonna use potions. Oh, shit. There was another dude who came from behind last time. Yeah, okay, here we go. We're gonna pop our bloodbath here. We really don't want to get hit by these bubbles. Eh! It hits me from all the way over there. Unfair. Alright, we got the captain. We're gonna pop our damage boost here. I'm gonna pop another potion. Just playing it safe here. Alright, we got him this time. Now what? No more Dark Eclipse. The heart! Okay, we did it. I was a little worried there's gonna be like 700 bubbles that we have to dodge. Hey, he's clapping for us. Hey, am I all right? Ha, I'm better than that, initiate. Happy as a sailor in a whorehouse, I am. Of course, I'd be happy as a sailor with 2 whatsits if we gutted the songstress, but you can't have everything, can ya? She'll not come crooning around here again, though not for a while, any road. And if she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Thanks for the help. Bugger me, I've clean forgot your name. Remind me, wee guy. Don't recall having no initiate by that name. But if you're not me old mate, or what's name, why have you been so bloody helpful? Never mind. Be seeing you, lad. That dude's got a rat tail. Excuse me? Can you just go fuck off? See ya. Alright. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We've been running a little bit long here. But we got to defeat the Siren of the Umbral Isles. There's still undead everywhere, so it looks like we didn't do anything. But, you know, that's MMOs for you. We're going to run back to David. And we'll continue that quest next time. But thank you so much for tuning in here. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video.